Hey there, folks. Let's do the daily target on CSS Battle.dev. Wow. Really interesting shape. Okay, so what do we got here? We have a few different things. I feel like we're going to need some elements that are not just the HTML element and the body. This shape here feels like a paragraph element may be the thing that we want to do there. So let's go blank template, and we're going to ignore the margin there. And on the body element, let's do a border. Let's see if we can get a border solid 10 pixels. So already we know that we're going to need margin 0, right? So yeah, I think this is right. Okay, so then we got a 20 20 pixel solid border there. Yeah, there's other ways to do that, but I think that's legit. And this is off-white, so we can't just ignore it. It's FEFEFF rather than FFF. So we do need to use that, and that's fine. I think the next thing I want to do is set the margins on this 40 and 40 to start with, and I'm going to put this green color on it because what I want to make is just this internal part. So border radius 100. How about 1 inch? We'll just do a silly 1 inch there. Okay, let's push that down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100, 110. That looks right. And then 20. I know that you're wondering, hey, what are you doing there? Okay, that's good. 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay. So that's our element that's going to cover this. So really, it's this, and then we've got other things that we need to do there. So let's create the circles. Radial gradient, circle. Start with just the keyword circle. We don't know whether we're going to need that, and then this color, and then the other color, 0, and let's give it a 40 pixels or something. 40, 50. Looks like it could be right. And then if I set that at 50%, and 50%, 40, 30, 40, 30, and move that over. So okay, how about 40, 50? So I'm eyeballing it. Probably that's a bad idea. That's all right. There we go. Yeah, so that's where my instincts, and having done this a bunch of times, helps. My typical pattern would be to an @ and then put it exactly where I wanted it, and then make the repeat correct. But I just had a kind of a gut feeling that 40% wide was going to work. All right, so then next. So that's the element that I've got going on. That's the cover for this. So how do I make that shape? I think I've got some choices here. I guess I could, in theory, do a border here. So what happens if I do a 10? That is Gwen, who is barking at something. Probably the door got knocked on. Sorry about that. Let's do border 10 pixels solid. She's going to continue to do that. Oh. You can hear her squeaking about. She's unhappy. Something's going on there. 10. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to put red on the background and see, is that helpful? Kind of helpful. Yeah. So then we don't need to do a conic gradient. We can do a linear gradient, I think. So let's do that. So this background is a linear gradient from the side. So 90 degrees. And then that color. And then that color. I'm going to set it at 20 pixels over, and then again, I just have this gut feeling 80 pixels is the width. All right, and let's do no repeat, and we'll do it with colors that aren't the right colors. Black, and red, just because I just want to match those perfectly. So that's not, so that needs to be what, at 0? No, 10. That looks right. That's too wide. 60. And I usually don't. Okay, so then if I let that repeat, does that perfectly align? I think it does. So that's great. Okay, so swap out the black for the green and swap out the red for that, and I think we've got it. So just anytime you use the word just, none of this is really simple as such. So just is, hey, it's so simple. It's not, it's complicated, but it is somewhat straightforward once you understand how a linear gradient from the side works, right? I'm moving it over, background position, the X position is moved over 10 pixels, and then I set a width of 60 pixels, and those are all that's relevant because I just have a gradient from the side to create these dashes. There are other techniques, of course, to do dashes, many other techniques, and because I use this border, get different techniques. All right, but that's good. Let's see what else. I can do a 1Q here, I believe. Are there other optimizations that I want to make? I don't think so, not in this instance. There are other ways to do this background, do the border, and I'm not going to do those. This works just great. Let's any other changes? I think the 1 inch is going to be the most efficient. All right, minify, unit replace, submit, and we're done, I think. Let's wait for the final score. All right, that's good enough. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're taking care of yourselves and taking care of each other. Go make a web page. Go do it. It's cool. All right, bye.